Hello guys and dolls, and welcome back. It's me, Cora. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a very glamorous makeup tutorial. I haven't done a glam makeup tutorial in a really long time, and it feels kind of good to just sort of get back into it. It's kind of like coming home. You guys know I love glamorous makeup, but lately I've just been feeling neutrals and doing neutrals, and it's been real and it's been fun, but it's time to get back to business. Inspiration for this look came from the Too Faced Stardust palette, which is a collaboration with Vegas Nay. Can we just talk about this palette for a second? Oh my god, this is a beautiful palette. The colors in here are... This is a genius palette because all the neutrals in here are the types of neutrals I'd want to pair with these bolder colors. Ooh, and I just stuck my finger in something. I actually love every single color in this palette, which in and of itself is some kind of like fantastic achievement, because typically speaking with a palette, there's usually one or two colors where I could take it or leave it, but seriously, every single color in this palette is fantastic. I actually had to like fight myself from cramming more colors on there because I'm like, it doesn't really go, don't put that on there. I really love this palette. I think it's fantastic. I was quite excited when this was on my doorstep when I came back from New York, so thank you, Too Faced. Another genius product that I used today is this amazing brush from Tarte. We need to have a conversation about this brush. I will try to hunt this down and find a link for you guys. This arrived with like a whole bunch of stuff that they sent me for their fall collection, Noir or something, which I haven't even gotten a chance to really investigate those products, but I used the eyeliner and the eyeliner brush from that collection today, and this brush, oh my god. This is just a really great multi-use brush. What I used this for was to wick away my fallout, and I sort of dusted it off so it didn't have any of the fallout left on it. I used it for my contour today, and I also used it for my Pale Girl bronzer, which is the Dim Light from Hourglass. Oh my god, I love it so much. If you're a pale girl and you just can't hang with bronzer because it looks too orange or too like ashy on you, invest in Dim Light. It is amazing. It is so worth it. I love it so much. Anyway, so I actually have something special for you guys today. I have my foundation in this video, but I also applied my foundation first, which is why I needed to use this to wick away the fallout. Blech, so much talking before the tutorial. Let's go ahead and get started. Getting started, we are using the Clinique Super Primer. This is the Universal Primer. I've had a little sample of this guy for a little while. This is a really great primer when it comes to smoothing out the skin and making it feel nice and silky for foundation application. Not so good at minimizing the appearance of pores. If I'm being honest, there you go. Now for foundation, I'm using the NARS Luminous Weightless Foundation, which I freaking love, and I haven't used it a lot lately because when I first picked up the Mont Blanc color, it was a little too dark for my skin. Now you can see it's still not a perfect match. It's definitely much more yellow than my skin is, but it's helping me to cover up any of the redness, any of the weirdness in my skin, and give me this beautiful porcelain appearance. Just kind of a fun fact that it's like, it used to be too dark and now it's maybe kind of a little bit too light. It's kind of strange how that happens when you get a sunburn. Anyway, moving on, we are using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is the Fair Neutral color. This is a great little concealer. I love the texture of it. I really love the way that it actually looks on large portions of skin. So you can see I used it in effect to sort of highlight things like my chin. I also put it on things like my laugh lines, on my zits, and I also use it under my eyes because it gives me a beautiful highlighted lift look without being too intense or too, like, you know, Kim K over the top, but it gives me that same kind of light, I don't want to say contouring, but light highlighting that isn't too obvious, especially once we have all of our other powders and everything else on. Speaking of powder, today I'm using my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder Press. This is a good classic setting powder, and I say that because it's not like a lot of these ones that have come out in the last 5 years that have some star ingredient like crystals or diamonds or silica or whatever. It's just a good classic go-to setting powder. It really makes the skin look lovely. It's particularly good at hiding pores. So you see, I used something that wasn't so good at hiding pores, and then I picked it up again with something that was good at hiding pores. So for my eyebrows today, I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz Pencil in Auburn. My eyebrows are a totally different color than what they are naturally, or I'm filling them in a completely different color, so I need to go in and really make sure that color is on there. So I wiggle it in a little bit with the spoolie end of the pencil. Then I like to conceal under my brows. I'm using the same concealer I use all over my face, the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This stuff is great. The texture is wonderful. It looks fantastic. It really helps to clean up the shape of my brows and sort of make them look a little bit neater and tidier when I haven't had time to pluck. Let's just be honest. Today for my eyeshadow base, I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot. This is such a good eyeshadow base. I don't know why I stopped using it. Every now and then I kind of get out of the habit of using it, and then when I come back to it, I'm like, why did I ever stop using this? It's fantastic. Completely eliminates any kind of weird coloration in the eyelid. It's just, oh, I love it. So today we're using the Too Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Nay. This palette is fantastic. It's really such a great color combination. The first color I'm using is Chandelier, which is this beautiful, beautiful highlight. It's got a champagne finish. It has a satin finish is the word I'm looking for. It's light enough to actually highlight my very pale skin, whereas a lot of highlighters don't really get the job done. For my crease shade today, I'm using Millennial, which is a beautiful warm transitional color. This one's great even just to wear all over the lid on just a lazy day. Just throw it on and it would look fantastic. I like to use colors like this as a transitional shade between my highlight and whatever I'm doing in the crease and on the lid, because it adds a little bit of depth that my natural eye shape is lacking. So I went ahead and applied this color at first in sort of like a C formation with the windshield wiper motions. Then I went in with the brush and sort of bounced it on to get a little bit more color impact in the outer corner. When I was doing my eyeshadow, I really didn't have like a set idea what I was going to do. I was literally playing with this palette for the very first time and was just sort of going for whatever felt good. So at this point I'm kind of doing a look that I do a lot. This is Double Tap that I'm using now, the beautiful burgundy shade. I was just sort of, you know, let's play around with the eyeshadows. Let's see where it takes us. Now I'm using the gorgeous, gorgeous purple in this palette called Follow Me. Look how pretty this is on top of that burgundy color. So this is a really great, like, shimmery purple eyeshadow, but when you mix it in with these warmer colors, you end up getting this sort of, like, deep aubergine, purple burgundy. It's just, oh, I love it so much. So I'm blending. Sometimes you think you're done blending and you're like, no, you're not done blending. You need to blend a little more. So I went ahead and picked up a little bit more of Millennial, that warm transitional color, and just took that right along the edge of the purple to make it have a nicer transition into the highlight. For my lid today, I took a Shadow Eyes pencil from Milani. I forget the shade name. I think it's like Golden Sands or something. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head right now. But those are really great for using on the lid when you want to do a shiny eyeshadow. And then on top of that, I'm packing on Showgirl, which is a beautiful coppery brassy color. It's really lovely and plays well with my eyes because it has a little bit of an orange base to it. For my eyeliner today, I'm using the Kat Von D Trooper Tattoo Liner. Now this one has a brush tip, so it gets me that really fine line that I love. I like to do the inner line and then come and do the outer line. When I'm done doing the outer line, I'll then tuck that back into the lash line, and it gives you that great curve every single time. Once I've made sure that the other side matches up, I'll go ahead and start filling that in and making the color nice and opaque towards the lash line, and yeah, doing the whole eyeliner thing. So at this point, I felt like I wanted a little bit more of that's all folks, a little bit more definition in my crease. So I took a little bit of Sin City with this little tiny, it's sort of like a cross between a fluffy brush and a pencil brush. It was a gift with purchase from Lancome about, I don't know, bajillion years ago. So I can't exactly direct you exactly where to get this brush, but any kind of pencil brush will work fine for this. I then wanted to add a little bit more depth to the inner corner of the cut crease, so I took Millennial on a flat brush and sort of pushed that into the space just above the cut crease to give it a little bit more of a dimensional look. Now I'm taking a new Tarte liner. This is really interesting. It's sort of like a cream liner in a tube. It comes with the brush. So I'm putting this over the Kat Von D Tattoo Trooper liner because I found that it wasn't like super black. I think it's because it's shiny and I'm wearing shiny eyeshadows, so it sort of ends up rubbing off onto the eyeliner. So sometimes you want to come back with a matte eyeliner just to make sure it's super matte. Now I'm taking the glitter that comes with the Vegas Nay palette. Can we talk about how pretty it is? Unfortunately, it's like mega out of focus. And again, I want to apologize because I was trying to have everything in focus and parts of this are a little bit blurry. I'm not so good with the zoomed in. I'm working on it though. Now I'm taking Vice pencil from Urban Decay. It's a beautiful purple, and I'm just running that along my lower lash line. Then I smudge it out with a little Q-tip, as you do. And then for my inner rim, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Highliner in Blacker. This one is great. So many eyeliners bother my inner rim, and this one actually does not, and it stays on. Then I took the Follow Me eyeshadow from the Vegas Nay palette. This is going to make the eyeliner that I put on the bottom edge pop a little bit more, and it's also going to set it in place so it doesn't end up all over my face. Next, I'm taking some lashes from House of Lashes. I think these are called the Pixie Luxe. I have like a grillion pairs of them. I love them. They're my favorite. Unfortunately, the applying of them was really blurry, so I just cut it out. But of course, you know, applying mascara was in, you know, perfect focus. That's really helpful. Yeah, this is something people have never seen before. Then I put on a little brow gel, as you do, set those puppies in place. And then for my contour today, I'm using the NYX Taupe Blush. I'm sorry you guys, this is discontinued, but it is genuinely my favorite. I've been trying to use some of the other palettes and stuff. I just can't find a shade that works perfectly for me. And with this, I am using that amazing Tarte brush I was talking about at the beginning of the video. I love that brush. It's amazing. For my blush today, I'm using Fetish from Urban Decay. This is one of their Afterglow blushes. This is such a pretty color, and it goes really well with any kind of purpley eyeshadow set. It's sort of like a pink with a little bit of a plum thought to it. I love it. Then I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara, which also comes with the Vegas Nay palette. You can see I tried to use everything that came in that kit. And then I'm using my Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. It's so pretty, oh my god. So I am using that to highlight my cheekbones. I haven't used this in a while, and then look at my face, I'm like, oh shit, yes. Yeah, I'm a dork. So anyway, use that to highlight various different places, you know, my chin, the tip of my lip, the tip of my nose, anywhere where I kind of want my face to look a little more dimensional. For my lips today, I'm starting out with the MAC Prep and Prime Lip. This is a great lip primer. It's great at smoothing, especially when you have sort of chapped lips. So to line out my lips, I'm using Boldly Bare from MAC, and I'm gonna both line out the lips and completely fill them in with this. It's such a beautiful color. It's truly my favorite neutral lip liner. It works on so many different people. If you have a deeper skin tone or maybe a little bit more yellow tone than me, you might want to try Spice from MAC instead. They kind of do the same thing, you know, with a slightly different tone. And then on top of that, I'm taking Chelsea Girls Lip Gloss from NARS. It's so pretty, and they're so similar in color, and it works so good, and I love it, and I'm so happy. Makeup makes me happy. And then I'm taking a little bit of Jazzberry liner from I was gonna say Urban Decay. I meant Marc Jacobs. You can see it's warmer than the one I had on originally, so it adds a little bit of dimension and kind of calls back to those warmer colors we have in the crease. And then I'm putting a little bit of the In the Buff color in the inner corner just to add a little bit of a gradient between, you know, the glitter, and then we've got the liner, and then we go back into the purpley eyeliner. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed creating it for you. I'm a really big fan of like the big bold makeup, and I haven't done it in a while, and it's like coming home. It feels so good. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for other types of updates, and go ahead and give my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if not, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Rate it however you want. Just, you know, please do. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them for me in the comment section down below. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember to be vintage or tacky. Just be your own kind of beautiful. See you, bye.